Like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 on the UK map. Hope you're all doing well. We are actually following this train that goes from Edinburgh to Glasgow. I actually changed this and I forgot to mention it in previous episodes, because we're up to episode 40. Episode 40 on the UK map. I am going to make this a drive-by map. So we're going to be progressing from 1880 to 1890. So this thing looks pretty cool. Just wanted to show you guys because we'll not be venturing up here for this section. We'll be heading down this way. Now in the last episode I did make this line here that sort of goes from Bangor out to Wrexham and Liverpool, and we've still got a LBSCR line that should go from Brighton out to Weymouth, but I want to see if we get any sort of new trains for that. And I think if we do get new trains, we'll do a couple of passenger lines in the next couple of episodes, and then I think we'll start focusing on freight a bit more. So we have basically got quite a lot of freight, but most of it is just feeding Manchester, which is growing so fast I can't actually keep up with the amount of stuff that it needs. We were sort of trying to flesh out Liverpool as well. We could get food going to Liverpool from this food factory at Gloucester. That should not be an issue. Bricks, nearest bricks is down here. Ow. Ow. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Right. What does Blackpool need? Tools. Milk. I mean, we could get milk from there. Mail, it's getting. Bricks, it needs bricks as well. So a little brick line. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out of this station. Perhaps, maybe, we'll see. We could have it go all the way around and then down into Blackpool. Yeah. See, that's a thing. That's a thing we can do. But yeah, we're going to jump on with a few trains. One of the first trains I was attempting to do was this one. The new sort of like little intercity train, because this is the one that goes between Manchester, Liverpool, Blackpool and Kendal. But they're not in really great positions at the moment. So let's find another one. If there's one down here at Sheffield, that would be nice. I'll take any. You're coming in. You are the Central, the line that goes Sheffield, York, Hull. Sweet. There should be a fair amount of traffic on this line as well. I'm pretty sure the autosave. Hello, how are you, my friend? First time today. It does take ages because there is a lot of Magumba on this map for the game to record. So we've still got 98 billion. I did that just for the rework. I think I'll reset it to something lower. We are losing a lot of money, but we are continuously building. So, but the thing is, it doesn't affect these. So the London North Western Railway's main line is way down, so trains could potentially be stuck somewhere. We'll have to check them. We'll maybe check lines at the end, but we're going to jump on this guy. So there we go. Now, in a previous comment in the last drive-by, people were upset because I was moving the camera about, so we'll leave camera as is. I'm going to refrain from trying to... Oh, well, actually, before we refrain from trying to move the camera, we should actually set this to... I think I had it in 2, and I think that was a fairly decent speed. 2 times speed, and then jump on board. Ah, there's the one that goes... There's the northern intercity. So that one goes Sheffield, Newcastle, up to Berwick upon Tweed. We'll be jumping on that one as well at some point. So yeah, we'll see what new trains and stuff we get. We'll be into 1890, which I have to remember when writing the title for the video, because I think the last 4 in a row, I'm pretty sure I wrote that was in the 19s. It's still we're still in the 18s, but we're getting there. So I've roughly got a plan. Every 10 videos we'll skip forward as we get later on in game. There will be a hell of a lot more trains and a lot more lines and stuff to suss out. There we go, this is nice. Little freight train, U-Halt freight train. You should have let me win. Ooh, we need to delete whatever the hell that is. Okay, so we're stuck in this guy. But once he passes this signal, do I still get a cursor? No. The cursor is gone. There is a signal just in front. He might not get past that. In fact, actually he is past that. I can see. Okay, that signal was on the other line. There we go, there's the little brake wagon at the van. First time seeing that from this view. I do see a double-headed something else. 2 twin smokestacks heading up. Ah, these are the ones that bring oil. Yeah, so it was your signal that I was looking at. This is cool though. If we ever get going. Now he's going through that tunnel, and just before that tunnel is where it sort of joins on to the main north-south line. There should be a signal up there, and this thing should be able to go. Oh no, we're letting this. Let's hold the bus. Oh, so I've got no joining signal up here. Right, that's probably been causing a few problems, especially for this train. Perhaps for those crude oil freight trains as well. So it's good to do this as well. Just have a look at every line. It gives you peace of mind, and you get to figure out little things you might have forgotten or screwed up. Or if you get AWOL trains going around the map, are you gonna let us through? Negative. Yay! Right, so there's another Great Northern Railways train in front of us. This one is a Midlands Railway, 060 generic. So just like a generic British steam engine, repainted in the lovely red Midlands Railways. There's our counterpart. There's our opposite number. So he's been to Hull. He's then been to York. He's now on his way back to Sheffield. Well, hopefully he'll get not stuck, but hopefully his line will be separated. So it looks like the freight trains head through this station, so it would be kind of cool maybe to jump on board with one of these civilians, one of these passengers standing at a station and watching the trains go through. And it looks like their clothing and apparel has started to change somewhat. I think the women still look the same, but the men look slightly different. Some of the men look slightly different. Right, who are you? Ah, you are a train that delivers actual fuel to York. Because the fuel or York freight station is up here on the left. There's a random dude heading down to Leicester with his horse and cart to the right there. That's a hell of a long journey for you. If you jumped on a train and paid me money, you would have been there probably later than being in your horse and wagon, because the train probably would have got stuck behind something else. There we go. Lovely little freight train there. So we bypass this oil refinery on the right hand side. I think it's actually an oil well. It's like a crude oil drilling site. tons of fracking going down here at Hull. Right, so we're past here. There should be no train in front of us. The line should branch off. Yeah, if you look just slightly to the right, you'll see all the oil tanks lined up. Now we've got the industries produce 2 times more than what they should. So if they leveled up to 4 in the vanilla game, they'll level up to 8. So it means each industry pumps out a lot of stuff. So a lot of industries are full. So you've always got stuff being lost, or like the stations can't carry the capacity. But that's okay early game, because trains are weak, they're slow. The wagons that are used to carry goods, liquids, etc. don't really hold that much. But later game, you'll get faster, not necessarily faster, but more powerful trains that can haul bigger wagons. The stuff gets stored more. Right, do we think that took a year of in-game time? Push escape? Yes, it did. Push pause. So we've got more London Earth special goods. So these are specials. The coal tank, something else, and something else. And there will be these probably in reverse. But we almost skipped through 1 year. That's interesting. There is a depot. Let's have a look. Let's compare these with old and new. So in the phase 1, there is a DX goods. So it's got no cab. DX goods, 35 miles per hour, 250 kilowatts, 45 kilonewtons of tractive effort. And here's our DX goods 8 variant. So 4 in normal. Oh, no. So these have just been added, so we won't see them actually here. Okay, that's cool. So these are now special goods that do 52 miles per hour. So if we can get a sort of long route, these ones do 40. And the older ones do 35. Interesting. So I think we'll move away from cabless and weatherboard and start using cabbed and special goods. 500 kilowatts and 70 kilonewtons. 51, 400, back to cabless, 350, 51, back to the beginning. So even these are slightly better than the phase 1 variants, but that's okay. No new trucks or anything, that's fine. Let's head up to Newcastle first. No, let's head up to Berwick-upon-Tweed. Are we lucky enough to get a train in here? Negative. That is a negatory. Is there one at Sheffield? We did see one arriving at Sheffield. Negative. You are Midlands Railway train, right? Yep, you are. Right, so we'll find one of them eventually. Well, let's head over to Manchester. Is there one in the station? Negative. Is there one in Kendals? Wait. Hold the fort. Who the hell are you? You're an intercity super duper line. Now you've still got a crap ton of people to pick up there. Who are you? So the intercity trains are spaced out horribly, one shall say. The London and Manchester Railway, that's a train that I'm looking for. So it looks like there's none of them presently. Yeah, they're all sort of in the middle. You're just coming into Blackpool. Other one just left Liverpool going to Manchester, so we'll come back to that because it's a high traffic area. It should be cool. We did do a line from London Town to somewhere or other, and this might be one here. No, I think you're a Brighton train. Yep, you're running the Jenny from Forrest Gump, and there Alright, you are here. There's at least one. There's at least two. So they're spaced out. Sort of okay. This is a long section. It'd be cool to get some really fast trains in here. There's our Chippenham coal mine. You've just set off with a full load of coal. Need to check the iron ore just over at Chippenham as well. There's another one. There's another one. Now I think there's only 4 on here, so there ain't gonna be one at Bristol. Negatory. The closest one is there. That's okay, because we've got our lines at the south. Right, come on Brighton. Don't let me down. You are. Look, train that goes to London, right? Yeah. London, Brighton. I think there's only 2 trains in this, so we would be extremely lucky. Right, this one is going forward. So we'll keep that there while we're allowing that to go forward. Let's bump over to Oxford. Are we getting ridiculous amounts of iron ore yet? We almost are. In fact, that's a full load for that train. Oh, sweet. Right, so I can now set these. Hello? Give me that train. Alright. Free path, yes. Manage line at Oxford halt. Wait for a full load. Load only iron ore and unload nothing. Alright, sweet. Right, that other train should have arrived at Brighton. Now there's nothing in its way. There it is. So this train is hauling the cars with the wagons in reverse. That is okay. Let's bump it up to 2 times speed. We're into August 27th. So we'll absolutely be into maybe progressed at least into 1882, maybe end of 1882, maybe start of 1883 by the time this guy arrives. Nice top hat there, my friend. The top hat there. More of a bowler hat kind of man. That's kind of cool. I mean, what have you got on your head? Is that a hat? Her hat is so much cooler. I like the grey top hat there. Very nice. Sideburns? Whoa, sweet. If Charlie Chaplin was back there. Cool. Right, so there's a Jenny arriving on the left. It's a sort of lower traffic line, but there will be other London, Brighton, South Coast Railway train round about Folkestone or Eastbourne. Yeah. So we're heading for Eastbourne, which is odd. I love how smooth that track switches, even though it looks like the one on the right hand side is slightly more elevated. Autosave. How's it going? So this is a Channel Coast intercity. I was just looking for random names. It's sort of, this does sort of follow the Channel Coast, South Coast. So we'll make the other one that goes back the way, the opposite way from Brighton. We'll make that the South Coast, because it is the southern. South Coast to nowhere. Nah, that's not right. South Coast, yeah, South Coast. Where would that take you? Spain? North of Spain? Because the Channel Coast is roughly where the sort of northwest of France is. Spain's obviously further down. But if you took a straight shot south, I should know this. I've actually, a couple of years ago, was working on a ship that was left the UK. It went to work out in Ivory Coast. I actually sailed down from the North Sea through the Channel. It's amazing how much ships there are on the Channel at any one time. We were going through at night, and it's amazing just seeing all the lights. And in a clear night, you can see obviously south coast of England, the north coast, France, Calais, and that. It's pretty smart. And then it heads down past Spain, Portugal. Goes up. We did go out to Gran Canaria because there is a shipyard there. Did a quick pit stop to pick up some more gear, and then we headed down to Ivory Coast. We never made port in Ivory Coast. They did have to head up to Rotterdam, to the port there in Holland, to pick up another ROV, a workover ROV, because unfortunately the one they had on the boat got completely destroyed. Don't know how, didn't ask. So I just got told one day, I got up for night shift, and I just got told, oh, we're sailing to Holland and we're going into Rotterdam to get a new ROV. I was like, okay, sweet. How the hell long does that take? Because from that day, when they decide to up sticks and leave and sail to a port, you can figure out how much hours or days that you've got to sort of chill out where you don't have to do any work because the ship is sailing. I mean, you do have to do some work. You can go out and check your gear. Gives you a breather to check all your stuff to make sure everything is still working. Who the hell are you? Hold on. Escape. Ooh, right, we've got new stuff. So we're in 1882, we've got the Midland Class 483, Caledonian Railways, yep, London Brighton. We've got this, which is the standard vanilla. Oh, there's lots of stuff there. But I wanted to check something that alarmed me greatly. This train doesn't actually stop. Oh, it's a freight station. Ha! Okay. Continue on. Right, so we've got a lot of new crap there. Start of 1882. Looks like some sort of larger, more streamlined, heavy-duty engines. Now, who are you? Oh my god. Ah, that's the train. It goes like east something, Eastbourne, round to Folkestone, round to London. Yes? Am I right? Correct? Maybe. I have actually been on the ferry from Dover to Calais. That was actually a holiday when I was a kid. So my dad thought it'd be cool to drive over on the ferry. Just me and him. It was great. So spent a lot of my younger years around boats. So I actually detest boats now. Hate them. I don't get seasick or anything, but I would say I earned my sea legs probably when I was about 10 years old. So my father and uncles owned large fishing vessels up here in the northeast, so I'll give you a sort of clue as to where I actually stay. There are two major fishing ports up here in the northeast, but yep, my granddad was a fisherman, so both my granddad on my mother's side and my father's side were both very good, highly respected fishermen in this area. So I actually hated boats because they're so slow. I don't like things that move terribly slow, and boats are definitely one of those things. Excellent for getting things, especially things like crude fuel, things that you wouldn't want to transport on a plane across major large oceans. But yep. So my father actually mentioned to my mother thought that I should be a bridge officer in the Merchant Navy, because I'd spent most of my life around ships and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, imagine. I mean, some of those guys spend literally months on end on the ship. Some of them do like 6 months, and then they go home for like 3 or 4 months, and then they go back on the ship. I was like, no way. I actually, my father actually sold his fishing boat, bought a fish processing plant. So they used to load processed fish, frozen fish, onto what's called reefers, refrigerated cargo ships. And some of the crews there, mostly from like the Philippines, some of them were Russian. So one guy hadn't been home for, I think it had been 35 years, and this was his last year. So he'd been on the boat constantly all his life for 35 years, and then he'd made enough money, and then this was his last year, he was going to go home and open a bar. And that was him. He was just going to retire, own a bar, chill out. Which is, it's a good plan if you have the ability to stick it out for that long. Although being away from family, friends, I mean, he did say that he'd lost touch with so many friends, he didn't think he actually had any now, just the crew on the boat, which is pretty sad, but that's the plan he'd figured out, and I really hope that it worked for him. So there was the line. So the Channel Coast into our city. There we go. Well, I was hoping you would be back. The eastern one that goes to London. However, we will track something else. A new vehicle is available, a compartment car, which we pretty much already have. Now, I'm pretty sure we'll go to a depot. We'll check out passengers first. Now, this compartment car is new, but as you can see, I'm pretty sure a compartment car was a passenger train car in which several separate compartments with their own entrance doors arranged along the side. So I am near positive this little bit at the back is where a sort of brake man would be. Instead of having a brake van in the back, you would have a guy that sat in here, and I'm pretty sure these went in the front. And like if you see in this one, I'm pretty sure, see that's front, 6-wheeler front, that's the middle, that's the back. So Urban Games is just sort of throwing this in and said, oh, this was an actual passenger car, but I don't think trains would have been lined up with like 4 or 5 of these. Maybe if they were running out of wagons and they needed them for something, but I'm pretty sure this is the back. There should be something like this to put in front of that, which would have been kind of cool. I could be entirely wrong. My knowledge of 1800 trains is way down there. But hold on. Let's go to Steam. Right, so this was the last thing we unlocked, last Steam train. We've got the DX special goods. So we've got the T3 pushing a triple coupled tank locomotive with trailing axles, one of the first locomotives to be built according to standards. Alright, cool. It's not from the UK, but we can find the line for it somewhere. The Caledonian class, a smaller mixed traffic 440 with outside cylinders and smaller wheels, ideal for those nippy freight services. Cool. The JNR, Great Northern Railways J7. A small 060 built by the Great Northern Railways in the late 19th century to haul coal trains around the northeast. I like it. More London, Brighton and Southern Coast Railways. A lot of London South Western Railway. Sweet. Yep. So on to you. Designed by William Stroudley. Al Stroudley designed a fair amount of Also known as the Gladstone class, the B1 engines were tasked with heavy passenger express trains from London to Brighton, replacing their earlier G-class B1. Okay, but you're not going to haul passengers from London. Do we have the G1? We've got the D2, the G-class, yeah we do. And then we've got this, which is for freight. So I think we'll work on freight, South Coast freight. We've got this big lad as well that looks pretty cool. This, I'm assuming, was a freight engine, yeah. Class freight engine was an evolution of the earlier disappointing C-class. So, you... What a disappointment. Oh. Where's my C-classes gone? Oh, there. So you were a disappointment, so they brought out this to compensate. Good. Good. We've got a bit different colours though, that's cool. Also known as the Adams radial tank. These were suburban passenger tank locomotives. Many were scrapped after World War I. However, a few survived in the Lyme Regis area. We're sort of in World War I era just now, right? Can't remember. The Midland Railway 483 class. The 483 was a 440 locomotive designed by Samuel W. Johnson, built for suburban passenger services. This design formed the basis for the later LMS Class 2P. There are no survivors of the class in preservation. All were scrapped. That's unfortunate. If only people knew back then that keeping these would have been like beneficial, so people could see trains, historic trains and stuff. But I suppose it would cost money even just to sideline a train. Shame. Right, so let's find something else. Obviously this guy has gone awry. In fact, he's not really that far out the station. Let's just jump on. Oh, you are far out the station. It's this guy we're looking at. Okay. Let's have a look. Check Sheffield. Check Berwick upon Tweed. I see a green number. Sweet. Right, let's jump on board with this guy. Let's get the time rolling again. We're into 1883. So, lots of new trains to use. Nice. Got our first London South West Railways. I'm assuming we're going to get more. Yeah, so we've got a lot of freight trains to use, which is nice. Okay, so off we go, leaving Sheffield. There's one of the freight trains that are taking delicious cows, I would assume livestock, down to the freight station at Sheffield, which is nice. We are heading up north though, so we might see the Midlands Railway train that heads across from Hull to Sheffield. That was the first train we sort of jumped in on. No sign of it yet. We will be passing lots of oil trains, fuel trains, etc. We'll probably join up with the Great Northern Railways something class. Can't remember class. Autosave. Yet again. Hello. It's okay, we'll get 60 frames a second. Oh, the autosave. It's not been too bad today. I suppose there isn't so much traffic up here as there is in other parts of the map. There we go, there he is there. We actually hang a left here and start heading north. I'll maybe change up that train. Maybe. We'll maybe change it for that new one that we got. Right, so there's a freight train. So we're going to be competing with freight train. It's letting the freight train go, which is fine because we just need to get onto this section. just up here. He hangs a left, we hang a right. Long train this. There we go. Wave to the brakeman. Hello, brakeman. And then this signal up here should go up. It did. You guys probably can't see that, but I can. Yeah, so we're still getting 50, 55. Yeah, frames are good this side of the map. It's it's from like Manchester area heading south. It gets pretty bad because there's so much stuff. But here it's fine. Still getting a weird little stutter here and again. Now I'm thinking about upgrading my PC. Now I'm hoping that Urban Games sticks out some a quality of life patch that sort of makes running the game a bit more smoother. I'm interested to see what sort of systems like the devs use for creating this and running this. I mean, they must be extremely high end. In my opinion, you'd probably need like military grade tech to run this game with a very large map full of trains and vehicles in late game. You hit 2020 and everything sort of comes to a standstill because there's so much stuff on the map, and because of a obvious health pandemic that is currently on the go. So I seem to have dodged that so far. Hope you guys have managed to dodge it as well. It's sort of ramping down now. Like lockdown in Scotland is still a bit more severe than it is in England, but it's coming to that week again where our Prime Minister is probably going to ease restrictions. The numbers are coming down all the time, which is good. So here we go, up to Newcastle. Right, so there's another passenger train heading down. And it looks to be our opposite number, which is nice. I was hoping it wasn't one of those Great Northern Railways mainline intercities, because then that would mean that they weren't spaced out very well at all. And that's the problem with the London North West Railways services, is it's not spacing out, so it's losing a ridiculous amount of money each time. Well, maybe go and fix that, possibly. Right, here we go, up into Newcastle. Looks pretty busy here. Definitely busy on the south return line. That's definitely a full load. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we've got 12 on board. Do all 12 people leave? No. Yep, they do. 17. Pretty decent. It's more than half. And it'll definitely unload everybody when it gets up to Berwick upon Tweed. I always want to say Burton upon Tweed, but it's Berwick. So there we go. It's some lovely little houses near the train tracks. What a horrible, horrible night's sleep you must get. Of the train rolling past your window. I actually have a cousin that stays in Canada. And outside, just not right out the back of her house, but near where her house is, there are there's a Canadian Pacific freight line. It's like a depot almost. So you hear the bells from the trains, and if they're carrying large heavy consists, you hear them. And she loves it. It gives her peace of mind for some reason that she hears that train. But holy crap, they run like 24 hours a day. And when you're trying to sleep in that house and freight trains are rolling past, it's like, what? How is this fun? Normally houses that are beside train lines get lower value, is that correct? I mean, the line that goes from Aberdeen up to like Edinburgh, Glasgow, passes through many cities, and that runs basically 24 hours a day. Trains stop eventually, but there's the sleeper train, the Caledonian Sleeper, Would you be able to sleep through that? I guess it's like bad for people that live near airports. Like Aberdeen Airport, on one side, if you're approaching from over the city side, there are a few houses that the planes fly quite low over. And that must suck. Even though the last flight does come in at 11 o'clock, back of 11 o'clock at night, and then the airport closes till like, I think it's like 5 in the morning, then it opens again, 4 in the morning. But yeah, that would suck. I don't have that problem. We have helicopters. Lots and lots of helicopters flying north or northeast out to the rigs. So they fly quite low, but they do stop. The latest you'll ever see one's like 10, back at 10 at night. So here we go, up into Berwick upon Tweed. I'm assuming we'll be, I'm going to say 1885. Yay, nay? I was about to say, wherever this line here on the right goes, doesn't have many people, but there are redonkulous amount of people waiting here. Yeah, so that's definitely a full load. Good man. Right, new stuff. Multiple vehicles are not doing too well. The steamship ferry, that's cool. Ha! The Lively Polly. And the Hornby Smoky Joe. I actually had one of these. Let's find a depot. There should be a depot around here. Negative. It's down at Edinburgh. I'll maybe jump on that train. That's quite a nice little route, the Edinburgh and Newcastle train. But we want this. And go down. The Smoky Joe, our Hornby Railroad collection, provides a perfect entry into the exciting world of 00 gauge railway modelling. Yeah, it's ace. So I had Hornby, for those of you that don't live in the UK, or it's Hornby worldwide, but they do model train sets, and some of their stuff is really, really detailed, and there's lots and lots of extras you can do. You can actually build entire cities, towns, if you've got the space, and a large amount of tables, flat tables. You can build pretty impressive railways. There's lots of YouTube channels that show guys building stuff for model railways and jumping on board little trains and going around the model railway. It's pretty cool. I have actually watched some of them. If I had more spare time, that would be something cool. But yeah, one of the sets was like Smoky Joe, and it came with like a little, a couple of little freight cars, and it was just a little loop that you could build, and you could send Smoky Joe off down the track. So I had that. I had a few other ones as well. So my stepfather actually did up in the loft or the attic in our house, because it's nice and flat. He got some plywood, wooden boards, and built a sort of pretty cool little model railway. Not detailed with like grass and stones and stuff, but with like a few bridges, and the track went all the way around the attic, and had lots of different little trains. But obviously people need their attic space for other things than model railways. It was just he sort of built that for when I was a kid, and I had it for a couple of months, and then I had to take it all apart. But it was cool, it was lots of fun. The Lively Polly, a Kitson 040 that operated in the Liverpool Overhead Railway and was the only steam locomotive to do so. We don't have the Liverpool Overhead Railway, but I'll find you a little Liverpool line to run on. How was your 28 kilonewtons, 27 miles per hour? I'll find you something. Don't worry. What else did we get? A ship. And it was the steam ferry. I'm going to check a road depot just real quick. Real quick like. Oh, that's a tram depot. That's inconvenient. Head to Berwick upon Tweed. Because you've got that, which is a bus stop. So you must run some sort of bus service from a depot that would be over here. Yep. Nope, it's an industrial building. if I was me, which I am, where would I have placed a depot for road vehicles in Berwick-upon-Tweed? Now I could switch on the depot locator, but I think that's it there. Yes! So I was looking for a standard depot, but I used one of these, which is pretty cool as well. It's a cool mod in the workshop, you should check it out. Right, no new cargo vehicle. Lift. Not too worried about passenger road vehicles. We're in 1884 though, we've still got some time to go. Let's jump on another service. This episode's going to run on, definitely, guaranteed. I was about to say, you're slightly large for being the Manchester Railway number, which goes over this bridge. You're there, which means, hold the fort. If this is timed out perfect, works as I think it does, there should be another one that's either going into Manchester or leaving it. You are leaving it. Right, we'll jump on with you then. Right, let's go. Next one. Sweet. So this is the London and Manchester Railway. No, Liverpool and Manchester Railway. So it goes Manchester, Liverpool, Blackpool, round to Kendal. Now, there's a lot of stuff on here. There we go. Freight train carrying either newspapers. I believe the freight train behind it carries booze. So that's cool. We'll get to roll past them. Now this is running full just now. I'm surprised there's not more people use this road to the right hand side here. The AI does like to utilise its own vehicles. There's our oil field. Don't know if there is actually any landlocked oil wells or drilling sites or gas wells beside Liverpool or Manchester. There are definitely some beside York. Alright, let's head round. There we go. There are, well, there should be trucks, but there are obviously a horse and wagon carrying cheese and milk to Liverpool. There is also a mail train somewhere. I think the mail train branches off that way, and it delivers mail to Liverpool and Blackpool. This bridge is low. One or two pillars just at the end there. There was a cactus there as well. So some of the flora and fauna and vegetation is slightly inaccurate for UK, but that's okay. So absolutely nobody wants to go to Blackpool. It's probably because there is actually an intercity Blackpool Liverpool bus, and we'll get more of them as buses get better. I mean, lots of people got out. More than half. That's interesting. Right, heading on. See, it's just, you can actually, Blackpool's right there. Ooh, this tree is interesting. Ah, we made it. Now this is a little interesting route. Now from the left, there's actually, I wasn't going to do this, but we're going to do it now. We'll do it slowly. So over there, you can see the boat shed. There's obviously the ferry that goes out to Douglas, which is cool. Two little bridges there. So yeah, people can scoot back and forth between Liverpool and Blackpool, no problem. There's probably people walking across that bridge. Right, autosave, yet again. Damn you. I should maybe change the autosave for when I'm doing the flyby videos to only do it every half an hour. At least I would know that I'm half an hour into the video. But yep, into Blackpool. We'll maybe go 3 times speed, yes? Oh wow, 3 times speed is extremely... I think it goes like glitchy like this and then it sorts itself out. after a while. Right, the train has stopped. They've jumped on. Oh no, it's extremely bad. We're getting 35, 40, down to 30, between 40 and 30 frames a second, so it's glitching. It's stuttering quite badly. Okay, I think 2 is our perfect. Now obviously, later on in game, when trains become faster, we don't have to 3 times speed it. I am extremely triggered by that section of road, but it doesn't go anywhere, so I don't care. We'll only ever see it once while doing this route. There we go, nice little oil freight train in the back, double-headed. Looks like there's a freight train queuing. Now that's the one to get round to the Blackpool oil refinery. Looks like he's actually waiting to get down to... This is a weird section of bridge. Okay. There we go. There's the London North Western Railways main line. You've picked it. I do love that consist. This is interesting. Coming straight off a bridge into Kendal. Lots and lots of people waiting here. That's nice. Freight train in the background. Nice. Just a nice little short intercity. It works well. There you go. 30. No problem. Boom. Still tons of people waiting. Right, so we've got the Frontenac, but we're not really that worried about the Frontenac. The Frontenac is an American paddle steamer ship that was used it was used on the Great Lakes. We don't have Great Lakes here. We actually have sea and ocean, which ships that worked on the lakes probably not going to be no use for. Right, let's continue on. We're on to April 7th. We'll jump on this guy here eventually. And there's only 1 or 2 sort of intercity routes we can sort of jump onto. I might jump on that Newcastle Edinburgh line. It's quite nice as it goes through the valley. But yeah, we've got this and like another London Brighton South Coast Railway line that we could possibly use. There we go though. There's something in front of me. Oh, it's a Jenny. A London to Brighton. The London to Brighton service. This thing's pretty cool though. I'm not sure what it is. The crew type? That's the problem, Ace. And the problem does something miles per hour. It should give me a top speed. Age, value, capacity, top speed 50. 50 is okay for a train in the 1880s. Even though we're at backside of 1880s. There hasn't been any new London North Western Railways trains that I've noticed. There's been London South West, but no London North West, which is interesting. And I'd love another London South West train to pop up. There we go. You split off that side and we head off to Reading. Reading, Chippenham, somewhere, and then Bristol. There we go. Can't remember where the other station is. Chippenham, somewhere and somewhere. Somewhere than Bristol. Reading, Chippenham. Where's that last place? Somewhere obscure that I've not heard of. I've not actually heard of Chippenham. I have heard of Bristol, Reading, London, obviously. There we go, so he is heading off, 39. Now this is actually quite a long route. It'd be nice at some point to get a sort of decent fast train on here, because a decent fast train with decent acceleration probably doing about 60, maybe even 70 miles per hour by now through this god awful hellish junction section. Right, no return train as of yet. Is it just Reading, Chippenham, Bristol? Or is there a city in between Chippenham and Bristol? No, I think it's only 4 places it goes. London, Reading, Chippenham, Bristol. Yeah, okay. I guarantee it's not, but there's somewhere else I've forgotten. There we go, there's a return train. So all the London North Western Railways trains that are on here are a different model. That roughly go between 45 and 70 miles per hour. I think that looks like another problem actually. That could be the cauliflower class. Right, so extremely busy. People that want to go from Reading to London. People that want to go to Chippenham sidings, not so. There was a poster back there. Ooh, right. If I just pan slightly right, you'll see a lot of people waiting there. So we need more vehicles on the Reading commuter line. That's how I was hoping to get some new road vehicles. New road vehicles would be a godsend. I'm not too bothered about passengers. I am, fingers crossed, hoping for freight before 1890. But I'm pretty sure, if memory serves, I think the next vehicle is in 1891. I hope not. I hope it's before then. For some reason I thought it was in 1881. But it might be later. So here we go. Off to Chippenham. Now see, this is a long section as well. It'd be great for a fast train. Now the London South Western Railways route that I've got planned also should be a decently long route that would suit a fast train. And I'm sure we'll get them. We'll have things like Mallards and Flying Scotsman and Coronation classes. All manner of record breaking speed steam engines popping up in the near future. It's a shame. It's like they perfected steam engines, and then just as they did diesel and electrics, sort of took over, which was a real shame. But at least they had the knowledge to preserve some of those iconic steam engines. There we go. I mean, if you've actually been on like an iconic steam engine route that's been hauled by a steam engine with the actual old school compartment cars, like for those of you who have seen Harry Potter, which is probably almost everyone at some point, the compartment cars are great. It was totally a different way of travelling back in those days. Not like 70 people crammed into one carriage. You had privacy. You could open and close the door. Ah, it was great. Why is it not like that nowadays? Right, so Bath. There we go. We're heading for Bath. I knew there was some place in between Bristol and Chippenham. There is a Chippenham coal train. Yeah, you probably just missed it, to the right hand side. Just where those trees were. They must be running pretty decently, because they're set to wait for a full load. There's no train waiting to get into that station. They're all on the line somewhere. There we go, there's something here. Ah, it's the coal mine is to the left. And this road just connects the freight station. I suppose we could have freight for Chippenham come into that station as well if we configure it and extend it, make it larger. I mean, we could absolutely head west or southwest if we just delete that depot and join the line onto this line. Although I will try and keep lines like this straight shot with no freight on it, or no freight crossing over. It should mean we'll be able to get decently fast trains going. This only reached 42 miles per hour. It is going uphill, I think. Oh, there's another dude heading back. Okay, so lots of people here want to go to Bristol. Okay. That's cool, I suppose. This only carries 30 as well. Most of the trains just do carry 30. But once we stick bigger trains on this, it'll be better. We'll have to actually... I'll have to check and see when the London North Western Railways actually ended and when the Great Western Railways actually began. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some GWR trains popping up by the end of this episode. Now, it's not actually that far from Bath to Bristol. It should just be round this corner. Now, there's obviously a line that can go left if need be, that bypasses Bristol, but this one is going in. There are one or two trains that have express trains that head into Bristol. One at least from Newport, Gloucester. There is one from Chippenham that goes round the backside, which I didn't actually see. I didn't see that train in the station. There should be quite a few people. Yeah, this is a longer station, but there are people that want to go to Bath. Oh yeah, lots of people by the looks of it. Nice, so that is that route completed. What did we get? Ah yeah, see. Great Western Railways version 6 goods van early, but there's no loco yet. We've got a Caledonian Railways 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Where are we? 1886. We'll keep playing this. We'll go to a depot. So, buy vehicles. Last one was this. A reprise of the single in the 1880s culminated in this glorious 422 single that set many records. Well, that's cool. And it did 75 miles per hour. Awesome. And there was this one. This was the freight one. So we've got lots of new stuff to play with. If I go to cargo... Yeah, so here's the Great Western Railways version 6 goods early. Now if we head up here, if it's still there, yep, there was a Great Western Railways open plank. Now this run in 1904, so we'll be able to use that. And we may have to start converting some of our London North Western Railways to something or other. Great Western Railways. There we go. Lots of these idiots are stuck. Ooh, new vehicles though. Ah, so more London North Western Railways. We've got a new tram as well. The Stabenhall, the Jumbo, and whatever that is. That does 75 miles per hour. Nice. Got a plan for that. So these two new trains are going to go on our banger scenic lines. So steam. There we go. Keep playing again. Oh, autosave has come in. Right, so we've got the London, the 224 OT 777. Does 65. That's extremely nice. So I would imagine in the phase 2 set, the jumbo would be here. Yep, 75 miles per hour. Awesome. Now we've only really got one more line to jump onto, because we've done everything that we've basically built, and it's the line that goes from London all the way out to something or other. It's not actually there. Push pause. There should be two of them though. Right, looks like they're both here. Yeah, you're the eastern. Wait, if you're there, other one should be almost back to there. Sweet. Right, so we'll speed that up. Get rid of that. We'll jump on board with this one. This is quite a nice little route as well. This route that heads round here to Southend-on-Sea. And that train is actually doing pretty decent. There's nothing like for the eastern side of London, which is a shame. Did you make it here yet? No. That's 3 times speed you. Right, so this line to the left will obviously be freight line. I'm going to change this to a steamship ferry, which is appropriate, I think. There we go. Right, he's popping in. So this will be our last one. And then I'll maybe cut it and fast forward to 1890. Right, jump on board with the oh, why are we facing the side? Heading for Maidstone, very nice. Right, is this 3 times speed? Yeah. 2 times speed, 3 times speed. 3 times speed is a bit bleh, so we'll go double speed. Right, so double speed off to Maidstone from Margate. That was Margate back there, right? Sure it was. Positive. Or was it? Yeah, because the other one on the left is Folkestone. So, heading round Southend-on-Sea over there somewhere. But yeah, this will be the last one, and then we'll fast forward some stuff. There we go. We've got a nice little reversed engine coming in there. So these two are not spaced out very well either, because that train is probably going to be heading back with nothing, nada, because this train just picked up 9 people, and that's all it was waiting. So can't imagine. It'll maybe pick up 1 or 2 people if a bus has arrived. There we go. Unless that was the other intercity, which it may possibly could have been. Actually, I think it is, because I'm pretty sure the other one was heading down to London. I think we're good. Yeah, we've got a train there. Yeah, okay. So here's its counterpart. That one was from the Channel Coast intercity. There we go. He's reversing back. Yep. So that's that cleared up. So it seems more people want to jump on this other line that goes Folkestone, Maidstone, London, rather than jumping on this train that goes Margate. See, this is why I think it'd be cool if timetabling was a thing, There's lots of people nowadays buy anytime tickets with anytime returns. You just look at the board, and as long as a train is going via the station you want to go to, you jump on it. That should be the same here. Instead of those people on the left-hand platform waiting for this little tank engine to come all the way back, they would just jump on this train because it was available and it was going to where they wanted to go to. So that's weird. That'd be so cool if they implemented that into the game. Now I could have this train and that other train sharing a platform, have it both go into that platform on the left hand side with all the passengers heading to London, but still they would only choose one train. So that'd be so cool. It'd obviously create a bit of a nightmare to create something like that, or maybe it wouldn't. There we go, there's another beautiful London cactus there. So much cactuses just outside London, it's unreal, it's like a desert. Right, but this train has arrived, a little short and sweet number. I love this station, it's ace. Right, there's something weird going on there. We're into 1888. It looks like we've got no new vehicles. We'll keep going. Yeah, how do I get rid of that? It does upset me dearly. It's like a bit of road. At least it's not on that side, so I'm not really too fussed. But yep, that is basically it. We've jumped on everything. There is that little train there. I mean, we could jump on some little scenic routes, or I could just end it now. And right, so here is the plan. Okay, so we are back. I've actually played it through to January 1st of 1891, because while I was off, I did a little bit of studying, and the Lauder Liebendauer little bus thing comes available in 1891. So I skipped ahead till then. I made sure no other trains or vehicles appeared, just that one. So if we go to buy vehicles, the new stuff we got. Now before we left, we had the London North Western Railways 2240T777. So that was a thing, yep. Now we've got this, the London South Western Railways 440X2, the 68 passengers, London and South Western Railways. 20 were constructed at 9 Elms Locomotive Works between blah 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 blah. So 1882, that's pretty cool. The PLM, what was the PLM? I don't know. I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's British. PLM 220 locomotive. There we go, it appears like straight away. Yeah, it's right there. So it says here on Wikipedia that, like, the Transport Fever has historical inaccuracies. The PLM 220 hauled express trains at average speeds of almost 60 miles per hour and hit a top speed of almost 100. And here it says it only does 37. That is strange. Were they British? I think it was French. Let's go to Wikipedia. If it was French, I'm going to upgrade the... No. See, I want the PLM. Oh, it's giving me lots of photos of it. Let's just click on a photo. So the PLM 220C. Right, captions. English. Yeah, I think it was French. Which is cool. So we'll use it in France. That's okay. Right, so we've got that. Let's head to road vehicles now. The Cannstatt did appear as well. Depot? Hello? There's definitely a depot here. I've got a bus station. Where is bus station? Where there is bus station, there is road depot. Now, knowing me, it'll be somewhere stupid like there. There we go. Buy vehicles. So we've got the Cannstatt, capacity of 5. So this also has a capacity of 5. This is 5, but just slightly more faster. Ugh. And like the next truck doesn't appear till like 1926 or something. So I'm gonna be stuck with this Cannstatt for absolutely ages. It is 4 miles per hour faster. 12 miles per hour faster than that. We will be upgrading absolutely everything to that. The Landauer capacity of 6, a slightly higher capacity, and 1 mile per hour faster. Sweet. But yeah, we're going to leave it there for that episode. Hope you like the little drive-bys. Slightly longer today. We'll jump on the south end on C number. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. We'll get cracking in our new 1891 start in the next episode. But as always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit that subscribe button. I've been Danny Boy, this has been Transport Fever 2, and I will catch you later.